Hello, what's up? What's the day looking like? Man, it's foggy here. It is really foggy here today. Relaxing. You got coconut in your hand? Coconut with a straw? It is really foggy. It looks like the whole town is up in smoke. It's just fog. I'm here from Florida. What part of Florida? Because I'm here from Florida too. What part of Florida are you talking about? Orlando. Oh, I'm in Tampa. Is it foggy over there in Orlando? 'Cause it is really foggy here in Tampa. Really foggy. I got a coffee now before we start the day. Pretty much so. Very foggy here. I'll clear up later when the sun comes up. Salam alaikum. Alhamdulillah. Day's going good. How's your day going? Oh, yeah, I do need to go to the car wash because I need a vacuum. Kind of strange to go to the car wash when it's raining. It's sprinkling right now. It's just sprinkling. People are still sleeping in. Usually we get the trolls by now. Talking nonsense. The trolls are sleeping in today. I was watching this guy being transferred to the prison in New York, the Venezuelan president. Somebody said that they have to put a Mickey Mouse hat on him because they put this hat on him when he was walking through the VA hall. They were saying that they have to put a Mickey Mouse hat on him. See how that's going to turn out now. Trump is already making threats to the Colombian president. The Colombian president has been saying, a few things that Trump doesn't like this is about oil, this is not about drugs and stuff like that. So, Trump said he better wash his ass. He better watch his ass because he's next. And the left is obviously, they're saying that this is about oil and not drugs coming to the U.S. You know, which is true. It is about oil. It's not about trucks coming to the U.S. Everybody knows it's about oil. That's why he already said right away we're going to run Venezuela for a little while until we can transition to a stable government or something like this. Yeah, yeah. Like we know it's about oil. We know this. He's also taking shot to the Mexican president. He's saying the cartels are running that country. He can't control it. The cartels are running the country. So we'll see. We'll see. Because this might be a series of attacks on different countries that he might be doing. We'll see. We're gonna get a coffee now. I'm just waiting for my phone to charge a little bit because it's very low in battery. It's at 13%, but I have it plugged in now. Allergies are acting up this morning. Oof, they've been acting up lately. I'm thinking get a vanilla coffee with some honey. I don't use sugar for my coffee unless I have, there's no honey at all. Then I'll use a little bit of sugar, brown sugar. But if there is honey, I always go with the honey. Honey's better. You can't go wrong with honey. Now, I know it's not that pure raw honey, but still, I'll take honey over sugar, even if it's processed honey. So let me go in there and do that now. Get the coffee before we continue. Let me see if iWatch has any battery, any charge left. Nope. This thing often comes loose, the cable. There we go. The cable is unstable. The cable is unstable. Let's go in there and get this coffee now. Now the thing is gonna be, I'm here at the Wawa, right? Usually, a lot of the times when I go in, Wawas have this music blasting, so I might have to mute if that's the case, because we don't want music getting into the live stream and then copyright and stuff. You know how YouTube gets. Yeah, copyright. Salam alaikum, Aki. How you doing? You know how YouTube gets. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. John 1:4, Jesus Christ is God, is the word. What do you think about that, Gibby? It's too early for me for this thing. Good morning. What's up? 24. How you doing? Too early for this. I need coffee first. Getting ready for work. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, I'm get a little coffee here now and start doing this rides. I have coffee too. I'm telling you, bro, that's the fuel right there. It's the fuel. Hopefully they don't have music blasting. Oh. You too, thank you. All right, we got that. We got the coffee. I usually get a smaller coffee, but I got medium today. I got medium. All right. All right. I got medium today. The River Church in Tampa welcome you. The masjids also welcome you. They welcome you at the masjid. That's, it's funny you say that. That's the reason I used to go to church back in the day, was for the coffee and the donuts. I'm serious. I used to go to this church called the Vineyard back in Miami. Man, I love going to church on Sundays because they had the Dunkin' Donuts fresh. They had that fresh Dunkin' Donut, and the coffee was good too. There was no truth in there, but there was good coffee and donuts. So that was good. But you're welcome to our masjid as well, man. If you would like to come. Start recording video. Yeah, but you know how they are, bro. You know how they are with the music and the YouTube. What looks fake? Wait. What did he say looks fake? Let me see if he can rectify that word. What did you say looks fake, sir? What is it? The bread. Alhamdulillah. Kevin, did you see the whole Maduro thing? I was watching this morning a clip of when they were taking him into the New York prison, and some people were saying, why did they put a Mickey Mouse hat on him? They put this this hat on him, and people were saying, is it necessary for him to have a Mickey Mouse hat? Just give up. What do you mean? What do you mean just give up? Just as good as my hat? No, this one is legit. I found this one. This one is not the black one. This one is dark blue. I had this one, but I hadn't. I didn't know where it was for a while, and then I kind of found it. Next, bye, Muslim. Oh, bye. Bye, Felicia. Don't you find it funny when people announce their departure? Like if anybody cares. Jesus Christ is the only way? Where you got that from? Just give it up. The sun doesn't set in black, muddy waters. I know. He's talking about perception. That's your argument? That's it? That was the argument? Wow, that was probably one of the weakest arguments. Because everybody knows by now it's talking about perception. You know apologetics don't even use that argument anymore. Wait, wait. That was pretty weak. That was just one of them. Well, you used the weakest one? You got no manners, sir. You got no manners, you can't stay here. Well, you can stay here, but you'll watch quietly from the corner. Stand in the corner and watch quietly. You have no manners. It is weak argument because it took me what couple of words to dismantle that argument he brought up. He said the sun doesn't set in muddy waters, and I literally said, "Yeah, it's talking about perception." I literally said, "I know it's talking about perception because that's what the verse is about, how we perceive it." That's it. I don't need to answer anything more than that, past that, because that's literally the answer. That's how weak the argument is. It doesn't require like a long explanation or to elaborate much more than that. You're the weakened one. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know what you mean by that. What's the question? What question? When you say what's your argument, dude, when somebody asks you what's your argument, he's asking you what is the point you're bringing forward. What is your argument to point? It doesn't mean that you're interpreting argument as a fight or a negative connotation. No, argument can be a point that you're raising, a point of contention. Like what is the point you're putting forward? That's what your argument means. I agree with you online, minus the laughing face. I agree with you. Thank you for that statement. Let me pin it. It's pretty quite nice. What's the debate? No, there's no debate. There's no debate happening. The guy who is watching now from the corner quietly, because he has no manners, he said, Islam sets the sunset doesn't set in muddy waters. I said, I agree. It's talking about perception, how you see it, right? It does look when you look at it, it does look like it's setting in muddy waters, right? It's not talking about literal. That's it. That was his argument. Hello. You're literally coming on YouTube live to have arguments, am I? That's interesting. What's my argument? let's see. If I'm coming on live to have arguments, what's my argument I've put forward? Am I responding or have I put forward an argument, sir? See, you're still confused. You don't even know what an argument is. Like, you have no clue. You think argument means fighting, arguing. It's, it's not what putting up an argument means. Can I demonstrate there is a God? Yeah. Ready? Watch this. Look at this mechanism here. Robert, you have no manners. You got to go too. You can't stay in my chat if you have no manners. Yeah, look at this. Look at this mechanism. You think this is by randomness? The fact that we're able to do this is not random. I was just demonstrating. Ah, the trolls. The trolls are awake now. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. How you doing? Yeah, thanks. You did improve a thing. Hmm. An imbecile is not going to understand. So there's no point of wasting my time proving anything to you. You're an idiot. You think all of us came out of pure randomness. DNA, which has intelligence, order, and structure, you think that came out of chaotic explosion. You're a moron. This is why I don't discuss with atheists. You're dummies. Whoa, the terrorists go live now. I am not a member of the IDF organization. No, I don't qualify. My hat is not tiny enough. No, I couldn't do truck driving. I don't like driving trucks. That's not gonna work. We can what? Bro, I still don't understand what you're talking about. What's up, 7704? Sign actually proves the order cannot come out of chaos in the same way that something cannot come out of nothing exactly. I don't know how atheists exist. There's too much design to everything. Yeah, but for them, this whole thing came out of, randomness. And this is the example I've given to the atheist, Victor. It's like, imagine having thousands, thousands and thousands of little pieces of glass in your hand, right? Imagine a mountain of like little pieces of glass like this, right? And you throwing it up in the air, and by the time it lands, you have a perfect glass cup without cracks. How many times would it take for us to do that to have a glass cup? We can do it till infinity. It's never going to happen, right? Because you're not going to have a glass cup, right? All the things that are required to make a glass cup, the order, the knowledge of how it sits where, right? Everything that requires to make a glass cup out of those little pieces of glass will never happen by pure chance or randomness. No matter how many times we toss it up, it's impossible. It's an impossibility, right? Because it requires a certain structure. It requires knowledge on how to shape a glass. It requires certain things to bound that together so that you don't even see the crack. It requires a lot. It's not out of like just randomness and explosion. You'll never get a glass out of that. Just like you'll never get a human out of an explosion. It's never gonna happen. But to the atheists, yeah, trolls. You know how the trolls are. Sometimes it's the same trolls with multiple accounts. Please come to Jesus Christ. I have Jesus Christ. That's why I'm Muslim. I will invite you to come to Jesus and join us in worshiping God the way He worshipped. You can come on Friday. We put our forehead on the ground like He did. We follow His example. Please come to Jesus. That's gonna be my next. That's gonna be like my. You know what I need to do? You just gave me an idea. Hold on one second. I need to take a screenshot of this here. Hold on. I need to take. Damn it! I need to take a screenshot of this. Then put the title "Come to Jesus," and then that way, because if I have this same background like this, like without me in the picture, if I have this same background, it might even be better when I use that image as a background without too much like like the crackling when you put a background on the sides and it looks kind of strange. Let me see. Let me see if I can move out the way here and take a screenshot so that I can present the title. I guess that's as good as it's gonna get. Hold on, hold on. Well, but then it's gonna have the chat in the middle. Not sure if this is gonna work. Not sure if this is gonna work because it's gonna have the chat in the middle too. But anyway, thank you for the super chat. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Yeah, it would have to be. Although I could take. One second. I have an idea. I'm gonna take the picture, but from my camera. Hold on. Okay, let me see. Let me see if this. Okay, let me see. Let me see if this works. Let me see if this works now. Hold on. Yeah, it works. See now, you can still see the stuff on the side or whatever. But good morning. Now, hold on. Now I'm gonna put a title. All right. I think I kind of. I gotta make the letters smaller. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I gotta make the letters smaller. Hold on one second. All right. There we go. There we go. Shout outs to the Christian that gave me that idea. Well, he didn't say that. He just gave me the idea based on something he said. That's gonna be my background from now on. All right, let's go online. So we got to get to the money now. We gotta get to the money. What the F is that? Well, what are your manners? You got no manners? Get out of here. If you have no manners, get out of here. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Let's get to the money. Good morning. What's going on? What's the day looking like? Oh my goodness, why is your rating so bad? I'm not picking you up with that rating. Islam stands against our father. Do Muslims not worship the same God Jesus worshipped? To go where? Diddler, Didder, Rick. Where are your manners, sir? You have no manners? Get out of here. I don't know what you asked, but now I'm uninterested. Muslims do not worship the same God as uh, as Christians. Not as Christians, as Jesus. Muslims don't worship the same God as Jesus. Are you sure? Nah. Oh, seems like you lack basic understanding of the basics. You lack understanding of the basics. Of course, I support Free Palestine. Jesus prayed to his Father. Sorry, different God. So you think there's more than one God? We Muslims, we don't say we pray to a different God than Jesus. We say there's only one God. You're saying, see, I noticed this with Christians lately. They've turning into polytheists through their speech and they're not recognizing it. You're saying it's a different God. So you're saying that there's more than one. So if you're saying that there's more than one, that means you're a polytheist. You're not a monotheist. Because in order for us to be praying to a different God, that implies that you think there's more than one. Yours and the one we're praying to. Therefore, you are a polytheist. Monotheist. Polytheist. Hmm? God even say there is other gods. Bruh. What's with the get up? What do you mean? What's with the get up? I don't know what that means. It's 2026. Muslims are still using the same argument. What argument? First time I've ever put this up, actually, people saw me do it live just now. A Christian gave me the idea, so I put this. This is what we're talking about. Are my questions showing up? I see that one. You've never been on the Middle East, I can tell. True. However, I don't need to go to the Middle East to learn what Islam is. I can learn my religion from any part of the world. Jesus was a follower of God. Exactly. Which is what a Muslim is. Exactly. Exactly. You've never seen what it's like over there and trying to be source of it. I don't need to see what it's like in any part of the world. Like I said, I can learn my religion. See, what you're inviting me to do is to see the actions of people in a certain part of the world. This is irrelevant. I don't care about this. Yeah, but they're Muslim. I don't care. What people are doing, if it goes against my Quran and the Sunnah, I don't care what they're doing. The actions of Muslims that are maybe doing something wrong has nothing to do with Islam. This is why I tell you it's irrelevant. I don't need to go to the Middle East so that I can see some cultural practices. There's a difference between culture and religion. Hi, what's up? What's the day looking like? You like the bag? Convenient. Facts. Not all Christians are the same. I agree with that as well, of course. Religion creates the culture. You have nothing what you're talking about. Jesus was murdered by Jews. No, he was murdered by the Romans, but brought to the Romans by a certain group of Jews. Yeah. Haven't seen enough of you people. Okay. Are you gonna be okay? Or do you need therapy? Or what's I don't understand why I make that statement. You're just venting? Hello? What's up, Pookie? I need therapy? Why do I need therapy? Tell me. We don't need your kind in our country. What's my kind? YouTube keeps showing you this Muslim ish, Stacy. Hold on, let me help you. Let me help you with that. There. Now YouTube should not be showing you this Muslim stuff anymore. You should be good to go now. What kind of man carries a gun in a purse? Oh, where are your manners? Ban. No manners. Gotta go. Got no manners. A woman, says Tom. Oh, I remember Tom from MySpace. Who remembers that guy? Why do you ignore facts? Salt. Haven't found anything to dislike yet. Dude seems alright. Tell me, who is Allah? Uncreated book equals one Allah. Uncreated equals one. So 1 plus 1 equals 2. Tight enough, Tawheed? Oh, yeah? How much is 1 plus 1 plus 1? Let's see. You have to stay consistent now. How much is 1 plus 1 plus 1? The cup is empty. My cup? No, still got a little bit to go. I'm drinking air. No, sir, I'm not drinking air. I'm drinking coffee. Hey, you too, Andrew. You're a lonely dude. Damn, son. Yeah, I know. I am so lonely. I got nobody to call my own. So I'll ask again, if what? If a relative of yours changed their faith to be a Christian, would you still love them? What? Why would I stop loving them? I don't know who gave you this idea. See, this question implies that you've been programmed by propaganda. In the Quran, it says that only Allah can judge. However, in the same book, it says Jesus will come back to judge. Nathan, you are confusing judgment in the hereafter with earthly judging. And it's rule. He will come back to rule. right? We have judges here. Judge Judy, right? She can judge you. So judging of earth has nothing to do with judging on judging day in the hereafter. Two different things. Are you a combat sports fan? Yeah, I like the UFC. Any good card coming up? He got a filter to make it look like his car is not full of garbage. Damn, you got me. You got me, man. Why you gotta expose me like that in front of my friends? I smell this savage. I like savage, depending on the context you use it. Am I hunting gators? No, not my thing. Because you are trying to force Muslim religion. It's a fair question. I'm trying to force Muslim religion. What's your evidence? What's your evidence for that? BS. Oh, that's not nice. Why are you triggered? That's not nice. No manners. We just don't like the way you look. Sounds like a personal problem. Uh, Not something I really care about.
Here to
Nope. Hold on. Okay, should be good now. It should be good now. Yeah? Sound should be back now. 100 that you took your Shahada in jail. I did not, but I think that's a great thing. Because imagine, you're in jail, you have all the time to think and reflect, right? And you become interested in religion. So you start doing your research and you come to the conclusion that Islam is the truth. So taking Shahada in jail is actually a great thing. Who has more free time than people in jail to look and compare and come to the realization that this is true? So it's actually a compliment because those people have plenty of time, hours and hours of their day to study and find the truth. And they come to the conclusion that Islam is the truth. So taking Shahada in jail, I will take that as a badge of honor if that was the case with me. Am I under the influence of caffeine? Guilty. Guilty every day. A lot of people find God in jail at their lowest point. Why did he put that in quotations? How do you find God at your highest point? You don't, because you're distracted by success and money and this and that. You're not thinking about God. God is the last thing in your mind. So how would you find God if it's not at your lowest point? Your lowest point is where sometimes you are prompted to reflect upon things and seek and look. If you're winning, you're on top. There's no reason for you to be looking for God. So I'm not sure why you put that in quotations. Day. What are the rules on beards? What do you mean? Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah. What do you mean, what are the rules? Wait, did I see Boosum here? Oh, Boosum is here. Salam alaikum. I was like, I thought I seen Boosum. Shame on y'all. Who's y'all? You from the South? You got some Southern in you? Who's y'all? What are the rules on the beards and Sunnah? The 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 Sunnah is to have the beard. If you can't grow a beard, then there's no fault on you. But if you can, it's recommended you grow it because it's Sunnah. You live next to a Muslim worship center, actually. Have you ever been, like, inside? Saying Jesus wasn't crucified is disrespectful. Also saying you deny it. It's not disrespectful. I mean, the Quran acknowledges that it appeared to them that he was crucified. Now, Michael, if something appears to you that it happened, right? Are you going to say that it happened, or are you going to say that it didn't happen? If it appeared to you, right, you're not going to say that it didn't happen. You're going to say that it happened. Exactly. You're going to say that it happened. So the Quran acknowledges that it appeared to them so. Now you have to remember, the Quran is the word of God. So God is clarifying. It appeared to them so. So it's not negating, no, they didn't see anything. No, they didn't witness anything. It says it appeared to them so. Then proceeds to clarify, but he wasn't crucified nor killed. He was raised to the heavens. This is God speaking, right? Then the Quran says he wasn't, though. Correct. But it acknowledges that it appeared to them so. It goes against history. It doesn't, bro. Look, listen to what I'm saying. I can grant you, if you want to say, it's not even about the number of people that witnessed it. Let's say you say 500,000 people witnessed it. I'll say fine. 500 people witnessed something. God is clarifying that it appeared to them so. Again, he's not negating that some people saw this, right? He's saying it appeared to them so. But then he clarifies he wasn't killed nor crucified, but raised to the heavens and protected. Now, this is the example I like to give to some people, right? And I've done this on live stream. I'm not going to do it now, but I've done this. You can do it on your own time. You can look up historical events that have taken place, right? Where people, from religious to non religious, where people have witnessed, have said, masses of people, not just one or two, masses of people have said that they witnessed something with their eyes and it never happened. I can let's do two or three. So what I'm gonna do here is, now what am I proving with that? I'm proving that even from a non-religious point, there are events in history that have taken place where people thought they saw something, they said they saw something, and it actually did not happen. Therefore, it is not an impossibility for God Himself to make it appear to a group of people like something is happening, but in actuality it's not happening, especially when it comes to protecting his messengers. Because God protected every messenger he sent, every one of them. Why, when it comes to Jesus, is he not going to protect them? Especially when he's clarifying in later revelation that he had made it appear to them so. You think you got what you wanted, but he wasn't crucified nor killed, but raised to the heavens and protected. So we're going to type in historical events where people thought they people thought or claimed to have seen events, but it actually did not happen. Provide events and explain why it did not happen. Now, I've looked this up many times. It is going to give you several examples. So it says here are well documented historical cases where people sincerely, listen to the wording, sincerely believe they witnessed events that later turn out not to have happened or were misinterpreted, exaggerated, or proven false. These are useful examples of mass misinterpretation, rumor, propaganda, psychological effects, or later historical corrections. 1. The miracle of the sun in Portugal, 1917. What people claimed, tens of thousands, listen to this, tens of thousands of people reported seeing the sun dance, spin, change colors, and plunge towards Earth. Why it did not actually happen. Then it gives you the bullet points. Astronomical records show no solar disturbance. Observers gave contradictory descriptions. Effects are consistent with retinal damage, optical illusion, and crowd expectation. 4. Many people present reports saying nothing unusual. Conclusion: a psychological and optical phenomenon, not a physical solar event. And it says that thousands reported this to have witnessed this. So thousands, it appeared to them like this is happening, but then it was proven this actually never took place. That's one event. Second, the War of the Worlds panic. U.S. This is in the U.S. 1938. What people believed. Listeners thought Martians were invading Earth after hearing a radio drama. Why it did not happen? It was a fictional radio broadcast. Some listeners turned in late and missed the disclaimer. Newspapers later exaggerated the panic. 3. Mass UFO sightings. Okay, so this is talking about something that people thought they saw. Sightings. What people claimed. A massive triangular spacecraft hover over Arizona. Why it did not happen? Military later confirmed. Flares dropped during training. Perspective made separate lights appear connected. No radar or physical evidence of aircraft. Conclusion: misidentified military activity plus human pattern recognition. Now let's talk about another one where people have seen things, right? Because I'm comparing it to the crucifixion where it appeared to them so. So a hearing example, it's not gonna. Uh, okay, the satanic ritual abuse panic. What is this about? What people believe daycare centers were secretly abusing children in satanic rituals. Okay, but this is not an example about seeing something. Let's move on to the next. Okay, the great moon hoax, 1835. What people believed. Newspaper claimed astronomers discovered life on the moon, cities and animals. Why did not happen? Entirely fabricated by journalists. No such telescopes or observations existed. Conclusion: early example of mass media deception. So this includes a little bit of seeing with a little bit of deception from the media, I guess. Okay, what's this? Angels of Mons, World War I. Okay, okay, this is about witnessing. What soldiers claimed. British troops reported angels or supernatural beings protecting them in battle. Why it did not happen? Originated from fictional stories. Stress, fear, and exhaustion caused hallucinations. No military evidence support the event. Conclusion: psychological coping under extreme trauma. What's this? The Cottingley fairies. What people believe, photos show real fairies interacting with children. Why did not happen? Later admitted to be paper cutouts. So this is something that people saw, at least through photographs. Okay. There's another one. Mass hysteria in Salem witch trials. Salem witch trials. What people claim they saw. Okay, this one is good because it's based on something that they claim they saw. What people claim they saw spectral beings in witchcraft attacks. Now this one is interesting, right? Why did it not happen? Religious fear culture, social pressure and false accusations, possible medical explanations, ergot poisoning, hysteria. Conclusion: no supernatural events, social panic, and fear. The Mandela effect. What people believe. They remember events that never happened. Oh, this one is interesting. They remember events that never happened. Nelson Mandela died in prison. Why did that happen? Mandela died in 2013, not earlier. False memory spread socially. Memory is reconstructive, not exact. Conclusion: collective false memory, not alternative reality. The dancing plague, and there's more and more and more. You can look this uh, more of this on your own. But in conclusion, certainly there are historical events that people have claimed to have witnessed with their own eyes, then they turn out to be proven false. So going back to the case, I was to the point you brought up, it is not impossible, especially when God comes and clarifies that it appeared to them so, right? But this didn't happen. He wasn't killed nor crucified by raised to the heavens. Now, the Quran doesn't say who was there. There was a man who was there, right? It's not that there was no man that was crucified. There was a man that was crucified in his place, right? But when he says it appeared to them so, this could mean that Allah made a man appear like Jesus because it appeared to them so. Just like if you and I were there, we probably would have claimed, yeah, we saw this happening, right? But when God comes in after and later revelation and confirms, clarifies that this did not happen, but it appears to them so, then you have to go with the confirmation and clarification of God, letting us know what actually took place. And there's a reason why He's clarifying. There's a reason why He's clarifying that this actually didn't happen, so that you don't follow the wrong path. You don't believe that a man and everything else that Constantinople, the church fathers of the Council of Nicaea, and Mr. Paul let you to believe. There's a reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala steps in and clarifies. So there is no issue. I mean, the Quran is consistent with acknowledging that it appeared to themselves. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not saying, oh, this event never took place. Nobody saw this took place. This is a fabrication in the Bible. No, no, no. It's saying, yeah, it appeared to them so. So naturally, the people that witnessed it or whatnot, which, by the way, that's a whole argument on its own. Witnesses, because all his disciples ran. They actually didn't witness anything. But that's a whole other argument. You can branch to like 3 or 4 different arguments from this topic alone. But anyway, give you the verse. Okay, I got you. Hold on, because it's pulling it in Arabic. Here we go. This is in Quran 4:157. Let's read it. Wait, I gotta remove this background. See, clear English translation. And for their saying, indeed, we have killed the Messiah, Jesus, the son of Mary, the messenger of Allah. And they did not kill him, nor did they crucify him, but it was made appear to them so. And indeed, those who differ over it are in doubt about it. They have no knowledge of it except the following of assumption. And they did not kill him for certain. Now, sir, if you would like to explore this verse furthermore, there you have it. There you have it. I don't care about this verse. Then I don't care what you have to say. Get out of my chat. What are you talking about? Wasting my time further talking to you. What's wrong with these people, man? See? This is why my favorite verse in the Quran, it says this. Even if you sent angels down to them, even if you present evidence in front of them, even if you send angels down to them, even if you cause the dead to speak to them, even if you lay everything in front of them, they still won't believe. Unless Allah willed it, because they're ignorant. I don't waste my time with this guy anymore. You can show him, I can show him verses and verses upon verses, right? Until I'm blue in the face. And he's still gonna be in denial. I don't waste my time with this guy. Show me the verse, otherwise it's lying. I pull up the verse. Well, I don't care what the verse has to say. Well, you're a moron. Then why are you asking me to show you the verse? Just to waste people's time? Oh, here's another one of these. This guy doesn't answer my question. Whatever your question was. All right, all right, all right. Let's cool down. Ladies and gentlemen, and those who are not sure, I will be back with a new live stream later on, inshallah. Gotta get some money now. Gotta get to working. And if you haven't, please subscribe, and I'll be back later, inshallah. We can discuss more.